Dome Link, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to another show. We're doing well because I'm having a wonderful day on this 18 January 25. I am sorry about the light. I cannot do nothing about it. Trust me, I tried. Actually, I can. That's not true. I can. I can do something about it. Um, I can very much do something about it. Good. Good. So today we're doing a tower talk, right? The tower, my favorite game. So we're talking about the tower shield and the tower crown, and we're talking about the tower normal. So the problem is I already did this on the other phone, so you already have this recording, but I want to do a video face to face because I don't feel like I do it enough on the gaming channel, which is not a big problem, but still. So the pros that we're doing this video is going to talk about a lot about the crown playthrough. We're also going to talk about the shield and the sword. So let's finish with the sword, right? Because the sword is possibly the simplest and my favorite, and the crown is the most complicated, but also my favorite. The shield, I do like it, but the shield, okay, let's put it like that way. The crown is my favorite playthrough because we put in so much work in it, right? The sword is also my favorite playthrough because the sword is a glass cannon. I think a glass cannon is very sexy. I think it's very attractive. I think while I'm playing a game, the glass cannon is most likely one of my favorite, if not my favorite type of style because we'll get into it more when we talk about why we love the tower and the difficulty we've been having with the tower lately. So the sword, once again, we've been improving critical factor, been increasing gold, we've been increasing, two coins, one critical factor, and 2 laps, right? The critical factor, I think, is, you see, that's what I'm going to talk about. So this word, Ink, I had a really good day today. Well, my phone broke. This is the phone I broke. And yeah, so it's not a good day, but I had a good day. And so with the sword, what's kind of cool is we're focusing really on attack. And I think the crown, the biggest flaw and the biggest pro of the crown, which is my main playthrough, is that we can focus on attack and we can focus on defense, which is really really good. However, it comes at a price where we're not really sure of what to do because there's so many choices, right? So with the sword, what is really cool is I can take risk when it comes to the factor of attack. So for example, with the crown, I am improving a lot chain lightning. The only reason I restarted to increase chain lightning in the main playthrough was to have because of this sword playthrough. Now, technically speaking, I'm not saying that chain lightning is not good, but the problem was I was playing a lot. And I was playing a lot of AFK. I was working, so working the full day, streaming the full day. So the tower did take a step back. I'll be completely honest. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong. However, it did take a step back. So what exactly happened was I'm like, okay, guess what? Guess what? I'm gonna do the best I can with what I have, and my best I can was smart missile because smart missile was something I knew. Smart missile. I don't remember if smart missile or golden tower were my first ultimate weapon, but I knew them, so I did that. And then I saw spotlight, and I saw that how good it did. And then I saw death wave, and I saw how good it is because death wave was both physical and defense, right? Spotlight wasn't even in the card to be honest. Spotlight was in the card when I stopped working, but it was always death wave, death wave, death wave, and I think maybe a little bit of a I don't know why I want to insist on the spotlight. I think I saw the smart. I no, I think that's it. Listen, I've been playing with this for like a year and a half, so I don't remember. I think I saw the spotlight and the fact that you had smart missile. I was like, holy shit, that's kind of good. So I'm gonna increase my smart missile. So we came back to smart missile. So smart missile, death wave, smart missile, death wave. So yeah, so with the sword, I saw that chain lightning was actually pretty good, and I was like, okay, let's try it out, right? And the funny thing is, we're seeing how much damage we're doing on the shield with the poison swamp, but that's why we're going with the poison swamp on the crown. So the sword is this game where I have a lot more liberty when it comes to choosing and making choices that's on attack. Now, ultimately speaking, whenever you hear me talk about the tower, you constantly hear me talk about how similar this and this is, the crown and the sword is. And that's because not necessarily the tower isn't necessarily the same, but the playstyle is the same. The playstyle is the same. So with sword, now that we're increasing critical factor, would it be better to increase attack? Possibly. Would it be better to increase attack speed? Possibly. Would it be better to increase range? Absolutely. But with critical factor, it's something I never tried. And we'll see how good it is. And that's the worst case, the absolute worst case. It was the wrong choice. The absolute worst case, this playthrough will always be attack. So I'm going to do every single lab of the attack, right? And only then am I able to do some health lab. So yeah, it's a big difference, but at the same time, different. So yes, we have this, we have that, which is great. Now, next on the list, which is super cool, is the fact that we have in the sword we have a little bit of a change. I feel like the relics, weirdly speaking. So the sword is actually special because the lab, not a lot of lab. I did count them. There's almost twice as much health lab than sword lab. But the sword lab, they're I wouldn't say they're better, but they're very good. So the problem that I have on the crown playthrough, once again, the crown playthrough, which is the father of the sword and the shield playthrough, right? It's a shame. It's a really big shame. It's a shame. The sword, which is the father, the crown, which is the father of the sword and shield. I'm using this a lot as an example. So with the sword, me increasing more attack. Here I'm increasing more attack, and they're very similar. So I know that whatever I do, I'm gonna increase this playthrough. And the sword in itself, it's not so complicated. Oh, it's just like glass cannon. And I was talking about it before. To me, like a glass cannon is very sexy, but that's what it is. And I don't know. There's a feeling that this is the sword. It's like, if I had to describe it, it would be like this, almost a sniper. I would almost go. I will go with any pistol, any weapon, any guns, because as long as you're shooting, you're good. But the second that you have to reload, you're in danger, right? So now we're finished with the sword. The sword, when itself, we didn't really see the, okay, I'm trying something here, I'm getting this. I'm trying something here, I'm getting this. Something was good here, I'm trying this. Now we're going to the sword, the shield. And the shield, Quran. We've been reading that lately. It's really interesting. Not Muslim myself, but I think it's really interesting. So the shield in itself is starting to get really interesting. What I was trying to say, which is, again, I'm not meaning to be a dick, but I think the crown being my favorite playthrough. When I look at a playthrough, I look at the crown because I'm going to see bigger damage. I'm going to see more ultimate weapon. There's more going on. However, I do think that the sword would be my second favorite. The sword is very interesting in the fact that it's a lot more risk. Once again, you're doing good. The other seconds they're attacking your health, and it doesn't take a lot of time, right? For the crown, just health regen took me so long to realize that this could be good. And the problem with the crown was I increased his health, but I didn't increase health regen. So the health was like there, and the health regen was like this. I was like, this is no good. No. This is because it's here. Usually you do together, or even you're doing a little bit more health, and it. But there's less of a distance, and that's the problem. It's not necessarily the increase, but it's the distance in between. Now we have the shield. The shield is actually really interesting right now. I did say the crown is my favorite to watch. The sword will possibly be my favorite. The shield, I don't think the shield is boring, but I do feel like the shield is more AFK. So the shield is more AFK. Now, ultimately speaking, the shield suffer from a great flaw. And it's weird because there's a period of time where I prefer the shield. There's a period of time where I prefer the sword. There's a period of time where I prefer the shield. The crown, guaranteed. The two non-guaranteed are these two, right? The shield, the problem we have is I'll be okay, I'll be fine. Until I'm not, and when I'm not, there's no way of doing this. There's no way. Sword costs, attack upgrade costs a lot more, so you're kind of fucked, right? And what you're gonna do, you're gonna increase your stats, you're gonna increase health regen or health. You already increase that, it's not gonna change a lot. So you have to do a sword would be more so a in-game increase. So in-game attack damage, in game, whatever we need to do. Sword would be more in the lab. I feel like there's more lab to it. However, something really cool happened. There was a mission, this event, where the mission was saying, hey, you need to do this, you need to do that, blah, blah, blah. And why that mission was so cool was because that mission was to buy module. And we never had a mission to buy module. So I was forced to buy module for these two. And I can honestly say that we found the perfect module for this one. The sword module for health is a bit harder. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do there. But the shield module is gonna be landmine. Okay, so there's a 50% chance in epic that it's gonna be the landmine is gonna transform into a inner landmine, which is a lot stronger. We have inner landmine almost maxed out. I think I'm pretty sure. Let me check. I'm pretty sure my inner rotation. Okay, so no, never mind. Inner mine blast radius and inner mine rotation peak speed are pretty good though, pretty freaking good. So we'll do this. But that would be the dream, right? That would be the dream. So the shield is actually going really well because some of the artifacts that we got this week were health and health regen, but the shield is a slow increment. It's building a building versus sending an army. You send an army, they fight a war, they come back the same night. Most of them are missing, but some of them are coming back. The shield's like, no, we're gonna build a fortress, and people are attacking the fortress, but the fortress is staying. People are gonna be repairing, that's more repairing or more maintaining the wall. And it's funny, it's really funny because, if I'm being completely honest, the tower was such a great game, but I don't know why. I've listened to Attack on Titans, and for some reason the tower reminds me of the tower of the Mount, the wall of Rose, the world Rosa, the walls, and it really feels that way, and that's the wall where Titan cannot come in, but when they come in, we fuck up everything, right? They don't have a mode of defense. Is Inner Landmine my favorite? No, but there's pros to it. There's really big pros to it. Now I don't know what I should do with Shield. So in the perfect world with Shield, what we're doing inner landmine, because inner landmine are defense. Now inner landmine serve a very, very specific purpose. That's what I was talking about the crown. And the crown we did put in a card that it's landmine stun, something like that. And the great thing here is you're in a position where you're like, okay, whatever is gonna happen, it's gonna happen, but I'm gonna have some landmine to stun them. And ultimately, this is the goal here. This is the goal in Shield. It's complicated. It's really, really complicated. So there's a lot of story that we're gonna talk about tonight. We're gonna have time tonight. It's gonna be fun. I think what I'm gonna do actually is I have a little bit of a something to drink, and I'll be right back. Right? That's a good idea. That's not a good idea at all, but that's what we chose to do.